guys just rock. You rock because you're always present. You're just always present. You are just there, supporting and so grateful. Let me see who has tuned in this powerful Thursday, Prosperity for Your Soul. We are still on how to end the year strong. How you will end this year strong. As you know, we are in the last quarter of the year, and therefore, anything you can glean on, you've got to. So whilst you're waiting for people to join us, I just want to recap over a few things that I was teaching yesterday. We started life coaching training with a good number of people that wants to first and foremost change their lives, but also help to change other people's lives. We actually spoke about something that I still want to talk about, because when it comes to this particular point, I want to really emphasize it. There is nobody who has said anything to you. There is nobody who has done anything to you. So your anger is not because of what you heard. Your anger is not coming from what you saw. Your anger is coming from within. You gave negative meaning based on what you have known or what you focus on. So in life, you get to wake up and focus on things. You may focus on your education. You may focus on how men cheat. You may focus on why women gossip. You may focus on those things. And so your key focus filter, whatever you're focusing on, that is how you interpret life. Because when you see something or you hear something, what comes out quickly is really what you have stored inside of you. And therefore, I was challenging the team yesterday. If you want to be an amazing life coach or neuro linguistic practitioner, programmer practitioner, it is important for you to deal with self and change the lenses of your life in order for you to give the best, to people, in order for you to bring out the greatness of your life in people's lives. You need to know that your existence, is needed by other people. Who you are is required by other people. And therefore, what you bring out, that is how the universe will also respond to you. As you know, just like the law of gravity, whatever it is that you take up, okay, is going to come down, definitely, because the law of gravity will work whether you like it or not. Cause and effect. There is nothing that you are harvesting that you did not sow. In one or the other, even just not doing anything, you actually did something in that not doing anything. So in life, you need to mind what you are storing. You need to mind how you are interpreting life. So please come out of anger. Who angered you? There is nobody. Who did something? There is nobody. You have put yourself in prison because of the meaning that you attached to what you heard, to what you saw. And therefore, as we are beginning on this journey this morning, if you are listening to me, you are in the chat, please, I just want to see your greetings. I want, you need to just put in some energies in the day, because nobody will bring that happiness to you. You owe yourself happiness. And sometimes you see that you may be thinking that when it comes to how you must feel, it is as a result of events that are outside. Events that are outside can never influence your inside if you have actually built your inside strong to focus on what is, profiting your life. And that is why you don't have to wait for another person to say something in order for you to realize you're beautiful. You don't have to wait for somebody to do something for you to change your character and personality. And so it is imperative that each one of you listening to me right now, we are now 5 minutes as I'm recapping this, to really get excited in your life. Find ways, find things that brings more energy, because the issue of having, energy within you will help you to accomplish some of the programs you have been failing to accomplish some of those programs because of low energy, because you are complaining about the economy, you are complaining about who did this and who didn't do this and that. And as a result, you are depressed, and the universe is simply handing you over what you have fed into it. So, the points that I want to cover this morning concerning ending the year strong is a point that has to agitate you in order for you to actually get your territory, and it's God battle. I would like you to battle. I would like you in this season to arise and battle for your territory. You need to battle for your domain. Whatever it is that God has given to you, let's begin the issue of the mind. You need to know that your mind is one particular domain that you ought to protect, like with everything within you. And protecting of your mind has to do with watching what you are entertaining in this last quarter of the year, as you are planning to accomplish some of the goals that you did not accomplish. I would like you to wear battle field hand gloves, battlefield sight, because somebody is after your mind. And somebody is after your mind with different things like television. I know now with all this load shedding, especially those who are in Zambia, at least some people have reduced watching all this in party and so on and so forth. You need to know that your mind is constantly in battle, and constantly in battle, sometimes on social media platforms. You will see that there are people who have lost themselves because of the things they are watching. Pornography issues, that has damaged people's mind. And something has taken charge of your mind. You are entertaining things that you have to see, and as a result, your mind has been compromised. And because your mind has been compromised, that idea that you are supposed to plant into your mind, and for that idea to develop, you are not feeding it with right soil, with right manure, with right information. And that is why the ending of the year is critical for you to defend your mind. You need to do everything, get information that will defend the territory of your mind. You need to battle and war for certain habits that make you to compromise in the things that you are entertaining. You need to find ways and means. So if it is a phone that is causing you to mess up, there is a way you need to find ways to replace that which is going on in your mind. So if it is a room where you usually go to your bedroom, you lock the bedroom, you begin to touch yourself, battle. Because if you're not going to battle, if you're not going to go for war to defend that domain, that place is what is holding your wealth. The place called your mind is what is holding your wealth. And therefore, you cannot afford to be feeding your mind with junk. I need you to war for the things that you are entertaining in your mind. I need you to defend your domain. And you defending that turf will help you to bring in new ideas, new knowledge, and even the way you will respond to situation. You will be responding with so much wisdom. That is why the domain called your mind is something that you need to really start working on cleaning. Clean the filth that you have planted in your mind. In cleaning, there are certain relationships you will need to avoid and simply get busy. You don't have to block certain people. You don't have to. It's too much work to concentrate on who you must block or who you must avoid. Your strength should be what will make you so busy that you cannot entertain certain friends that bring junk information. Certain friends that when they speak, they're actually draining, taking away manure out of your life. Experiences in life Things that you have gone through in life also could be manure that will help you to protect your mind. You cannot afford to give your thoughts to a relationship that is not profiting. The last boyfriend that you had hurt you, broke your heart. You are still doing similar things that you did in the previous relationship. You are still funding that boyfriend. You're still going out of your way purchasing things. And that's what hurt you last time. You were saying, oh, after all that I've done for him, he has abused me. He has used me. My friend, you have decided to abuse yourself. You have decided to use yourself. Some of you, the money that you spend on boyfriends, that money can actually buy a bale of salaula for you to, multiply the money. Some of that money can buy land. If you could just calculate and put that money together, you will find that you have 50,000 kwacha and you would have obtained some land somewhere. So whatever it is that you're doing, you've got to battle for your mind. And to battle for your mind, certain people must be deleted out of your brain. You are holding yourself hostage by keeping beings that do not add oxygen to your life. Any person that you are holding so dearly and that you are failing to forgive should be contributing oxygen, should matter so much in your life. But if that individual does not produce oxygen for you, if that individual does not add that oxygen to your life, my friend, battle for your mind. What are you entertaining in that mind? It is a domain that carries your worth. It is a domain that carries your wealth. And that is why you cannot afford to just be emotionally driven because your mind, has got this other component which are emotions. Emotions are part of actually the soul is what has got the mind, and in your soul is their emotions, and then there's a will which is decision. That is why this component needs to be defended. And there is no other person out there, no pastor can actually help you to defend your mind. There is no amount of encouragement you can ever have. It is intrinsic. You need to develop intrinsic energy to say no to those habits that are causing you to be emotionally driven and emotionally frail, to donate your heart and donate your soul, donate your emotions to the undeserving. When I say undeserving, I'm talking about people that do not value their time. There are people who don't value your time. They are always having excuses. They make you to wait. They told you you have to start a meeting at 10. They are coming at 11. They do not value your time. And therefore, defend your mind. It is a domain that I'm urging you in this last quarter of the year. Work so hard to ensure that your mind is protected from negativity. Your mind is protected from people that are destructive. You have made yourself poor because what are you thinking about? What new things are you going to do? Which goals do you have that will change next year? Your behavior when you're showing up for work, how much energy do you have? What ideas do you have to improve into that job? If they were to lay off workers, will your name be on the list? What value do you bring to the table? What is it that will cause that person to say, not this one? Defend your mind. Battle for the domain of your mind. For those who are married, I cannot end this conversation without addressing you. That particular individual you are married to, I want you to know that they've got a background. They've got where they're coming from, and there's a way they processed information where they're coming from. And now they've joined you. You are now the lover. Let me tell you, you can never change how they process their thoughts by what you say. Remember, change is intrinsic. Someone has to be adaptable. Someone has to be malleable for them to change. I see many wives wasting their energy thinking their husband will change by their press conferences. Thinking their husband will change by telling them 10 commandments. My friend, you've got to spend that time doing things that build into your purpose. As you are building into your purpose and adding value to your purpose, your husband has to pursue you. He has to turn and check out what is really going on with you because you are no longer nagging. You are no longer, giving him 10 commandments, what time to come home, because as you know, I cannot sleep. Because what if you are dead? If he died at 23 hours and you know at 02 or you know at 06, what is the difference? So the stress that you get to go through in the name of love, many times it is because you do not value you. You do not love you. This is why you spend restless nights. You were a princess from your father's home. You were treated as a girl child who is a princess with so much love and care. The moment you go and get married, you become and you demote yourself to a security guard who has to be at work to check what is going on. Whichever sound of a car that is moving, you think it's him. You think it's him. My friend, may your soul rest in peace. That particular statement is not for the dead. If anything, when Jesus was using that word in the book of Matthew 11:28, he was talking about people who are heavy burdened, who are heavy laden. It's you and me. The things that you are going through, the things that you are entertaining in your mind. You have occupied your mind with worry. You have occupied your mind with pain. You have occupied your mind with unforgiveness. This is why you are restless. And just says, bring that heavy burden to me. You cannot carry, neither can you actually control that particular individual called your spouse. You can't. And that is why you need to surrender matters. That time you remain at work and fearful. Why don't you spend it in prayer? And not the prayer of panic, but the prayer of worship. Concentrating on beautiful things the Lord has done. You are a married person. You have got children. You've got a house. Look at those things and zoom in. That is a battle for the territory of your mind. You cannot allow your mind to be thinking junk and to always misfire because that worry is causing your brain to misfire. That worry is causing your heart to misfire. Before you know it, you are going to be diagnosed with high blood pressure and you would have messed up with your arteries, messed up with your veins, and cut down the years you're supposed to live here on earth. If you've got to even live longer, you're going to be a very sickly elderly woman, sickly elderly man over something you cannot change, something that is not in your power to change. You can only change you. That is why in this last quarter of the year, choose happiness. Happiness is the way. Do not suspend happiness. Do not wait until this happens, until I get a car, until I get married. Each circumstance comes with its own challenges. That is why I'm urging you to protect your mind. I feel like a preacher today. I need you to protect your mind. Battle for your mind. Remove every junk. Remove every junk. Let me tell you something. Why you are even failing to exercise, it has nothing to do with your weight, with what. It's just the issue of your mind. There are things you are thinking about. There's fear you have. What if? What if I fail to do this? This is why you are failing to wake up. This is why you are failing to exercise. For some who are in my team, as you are in the PLD team, you know that we have two times in the morning. If you fail in the morning, you've got to be part of the evening. Some young people I meet, 30 years old, 35 years old, my God, they are looking older than me. They cannot even do 3 jumping jacks. Their hearts are already. Now, these are looking for to be wives. tired young girl because you are not healthy. You are not living a healthy lifestyle. Battle for your mind. Not exercising has been the mind. It's focus. When you strengthen the muscles of your mind, you will focus to do those things you want to do. When you add soil, good soil, which is information, right? Good relationships, good information. Do you know how much you can do in just this last, quarter of the year? Do you know how many things you can achieve? So for the past month, I think you've seen everywhere littered on the social media. I have been on the move, launching the Real Woman Summits in different countries, but also launching this amazing book that is changing people's lives as they are arising in the boardroom and killing it in the boardroom, making their career count. One of the things we are strong in Project Life Design is to get people's minds to focus on their career. And we encourage them to be visible and build their digital footprint. You will be amazed. Professionals who are not on LinkedIn. How can you even survive that you're a professional and on this largest platform of professionals who want to change their careers, you are not present? How will they see you? How will they see the things that you're doing? And so we get to do that. Laziness for failing to post, laziness for failing to do certain things has to do with your mind. That is why battle for your mind. Your mind is a domain where you need to grow wealth. Your mind is a domain that you need to defend at all costs. Your mind is a domain that you need to feed in information that has to change your status quo. It's another thing to do some confessions. I'm beautiful. I'm healthy. I'm one. It's another thing. Confessions are good, but let me tell you something. You may be saying something from your mouth, but if your mind is trapped and your mind has got, when I'm wearing another cape, we call them strongholds. When your mind has got strongholds, these strongholds are high things. These strongholds are holding you captive. These strongholds are making you not to believe in yourself because you have been feeding your mind with negativity. The environment you grew up from, up to today, because of what my mom taught me when I was just a little girl, like 3, 4, 5 years. My mom told me, because our toilets were outside. So my mom told me, you cannot go to the toilet before you make your bed. You listen to me? Don't go outside. Don't go outside before you make your bed. And my little mind got that information. Do you know what used to happen? Now, this is the joke. Because my mom told me, don't go outside before you make your bed. Now, because the toilet was outside, I was making the bed with pee almost coming out. Really squeezing my legs as I'm making the bed because I'm scared. Mom said, don't go outside before you make your bed. It became a stronghold that I couldn't even go and pee before making the bed. Today, I get surprised how a young person, a dependent for that matter, can leave a room without making the bed. It's all the issues of the mind. Your scatteredness on your dressing table, the scatteredness in your wardrobe. When I walk into your bedroom, I go straight to your dressing table and your wardrobe. What I see there is the issue, the state of your mind. It's a state of your mind. To today, I cannot leave my bedroom without making the bed. I don't let my helper clean my room. My helper, for 31 years of my marriage, no helper has ever cleaned my bedroom. No helper has ever made my bed. I do it alone. And for the past 10 years, my husband joined. Because when you grow older, you become close and you become friends. It's all the issue of the mind. Things you are failing to do has to do with the issue of your mind. That is why battle for your mind. Those beautiful things or good things, battle for them. I have made sure the things that have been taught that are good strongholds, I have held them high And there's nothing that can crumble down the values that I learned from my mother's house. The respect I have for my husband, the bishop, is not because he's a bishop, it's not because what? The respect I have has been embedded in me as something that I grew up as a value that was being taught to me, that moral fiber that was being injected inside of me. That is why I find it so difficult to understand a young girl disrespecting a husband. I can't comprehend it. You know what? It is because the mind is distorted with other things. And that is why you are failing to fulfill things. You are failing to become, not because there's a demon. Yes, there's a place for demonic, oppression and all, but your mind has been, has been dropped down. Your mind has been battered. Your mind, has got high things that have exalted themselves against the knowledge of God. What is the knowledge of God? I wish above all things that you mayest prosper, even as your soul prospers. There is a wish there that you prosper. Your soul needs prosperity. Your soul needs to prosper. And the only way your soul will prosper is when you are feeding it with greatness, feeding it with good information, finding yourself around people that carry energy. You see me? You get into my space. I'm always energetic. I have got few more years to really run my career. And therefore, you are seeing me moving. So we launched Real Woman Summit, boardroom to bedroom in Zambia. Next thing, in October the 3rd, we were in South Africa. Boardroom to bedroom, Real Woman Summit has started in South Africa. We moved again, Malawi. On the 23rd, Real Woman Summit was launched in Malawi. We moved again just on the 5th, which is last week, in Zimbabwe, Harare. We launched Real Woman Summit and Boardroom to Bedroom. Next week, I'm in Namibia. When I still have the strength, I want to die empty. But let me tell you something. The only way you will succeed is when you connect with your mind and you are feeding your mind with energy. Battle for your mind. Battle for your mind. It's the greatest asset that you ever have. It is what will stop you from donating your reproductive system to undeserving people. It's the strength of your mind. You see why you sleep around. It is not because you are too sexy. It is just your mind. You are not giving value to your mind. That is why you can donate your body anyhow to the undeserving person. Someone who's not your husband, another one finished you, slept with you. Now you are with another one, he's sleeping with you. You'll be with another one. My friend, mind, battle for your mind. And so this is what we do here. You want to be part of the team where we are strengthening our minds and we are strengthening our future. Join our personalized project life design mentorship. That personalized mentorship runs for 5 weeks. Very flexible. It's a very, very flexible program that you need to get on. And that 5 weeks, we put you on a program that will change your life. That this year, you will end the year strong as you become part of our personalized mentorship starting on the 28th of October. Then we also have boot camps in different countries. We have, boot camp in Zambia starting on the 21st of November to 23rd. It's only 3 days. You get into camp on Thursday night. Friday, we are together. Saturday, we release you. We are doing that boot camp in November. Oh, by the way, we are doing also a boot camp in Namibia. Next week, we are starting on Thursday, running up to Friday. So if you're in Namibia, please come. We go to the courts of heaven. Stop all the drama. Stop all the spiritual drama. The reason why you are undergoing the things you are going through is because there's a legal contention. Let me show you the concept, the dimension of taking your matter into the courts of heaven to be acquitted. When we are done with the 21st of November, on the 28th of November, we are in Malawi for the boot camp. Remember, we already did the launches. The last one is Namibia. Now we are doing boot camps because we want people to end at the high level of their spirituality. Then when we are done in December 12th and 14th, we are doing 2 boot camps concurrently, one for the parents at the same venue because it's quite big, and one for the youths. If you have a son, you have a daughter, please do get in touch with me. We want to groom your children. We want them to be responsible young people. So please, if you want your child to actually get to South Africa, that is where we are having an international youth boot camp, but also for the big people that same time, 12th to 14th. And those are the programs, and we are going to end the year strong, looking forward to 2025, but we are planning 2025 now. Do join me as you battle for your mind. Have an amazing Thursday. Shalom, shalom.